What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Telcoin today, TEL USD. It is the 23rd day of December, and here we are sitting at about $0.0037 with 6 hours and 15 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are. From our most relative low on the 4th of November to the high, the most glorious high that we had there on the 16th of November. It was a very fun ride up. Not so much of a fun ride down. Here we are at the golden ratio zone itself, the 61869, perfect area to find support. Back testing prior areas of resistance for support. Literally, it couldn't be better. First off, we're in the golden ratio zone. Secondly, we look at this low here, you literally tipped that resistance, that support, this support area here, and found immaculate support. It couldn't look any better. You literally have a dragonfly doji forming right now. It's beautiful. Dragonfly doji, that's the type of candle this is. The last time that you saw something like this, you actually moved up quite a bit. From the low to the high, you moved up, let's just see, overall 37% in the course of like a week or two. Which isn't crazy crypto growth, is it? But still, 37% in a week or two, I don't think anybody's going to be upset about that, let alone more. I think it's quite obvious that we're finding support here, that this is a macro low, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but man, this is the best time to buy some Telcoin. Somebody asked me, if you're watching this video, whoever you were, somebody asked me today in a comment, what would you buy? And then somebody else replied, Bitcoin Cash or Onyx Coin. And I was like, it's like you're reading my mind. I think his name was Tony. I don't remember. Or if not, shout out to Tony nonetheless. There's actually a lot of Tonys that watch the channel. Shout out to all the Tonys out there. You guys are the real ones. I think half my fan base is comprised of Tonys. Anyways, Telcoin should have been on that list of what's a good coin to buy. Somebody asked, I have $25. What should I put into crypto? I think Telcoin, man, is a great investment, honestly, because this is a generational opportunity right here with this. Absolutely not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I believe that this is a steal, and this likely does outperform most altcoins over the coming days and weeks ahead. Like this will outperform the majority of the market, if not the whole damn market. This is one of the most bullishly, heavily anticipated projects that we talk about. We don't talk about it enough. Talk about it more than some projects, but we don't talk about it enough, honestly. Do your research. Don't just take my word for it. Do your research. But there's some interesting things going on with Telcoin in the world of DeFi, you guys. In the world of centralized finance even, but with crypto implementations. The MACD crossed below the zero. That's no fun. In all honesty, though, your oscillators typically don't get this low, and whenever they do, you're at your low points, so fair enough. RSI, no bullish divergence, but somewhat of like a double, triple bottom at the oversold zone. That's fine. Stochastics are oversold, bearish. You don't typically last in this area for too long. I would assume that we come up soon, and again, being that you're here at this area of resistance, finding direct support at your golden ratio, I'm absurdly confident that that's it, man. That's probably the low. We look at this from a low to a high, golden ratio support zone. If we go lower, the amount of time that we spend below that low is going to be so insignificant it doesn't even matter. And the amount of price that we drop, it's not going to be significant at all. We look at this. I want to look at this on the 4 hour real quick. Bullish divergence on the RSI and the stochastics and the MACD. Something fierce is going to happen. Mark my words, guys. Over the coming days, over the coming weeks, we're going to see Telcoin likely pop back up to this 007 area, right? Maybe not this week, maybe not by the end of 2025, but in the first half of January or the second half at the very latest, we should be back up here. That's like 100% pump from here or more. I do believe that this next attempt will take us above this level, and with that, we should get a nice pop because of that. Whenever we found resistance here, we had a lower low. Whenever we found resistance here, we had a lower low. We found resistance here, we got a higher low. Things are different. I really do think the next time we come up, we're not going to find resistance here anymore. We're going to break through. And this is our validation, is the higher low here. Okay. We look at this from a high in the fibs to the low here. You've gone all the way up to your golden ratio and all the way back down to the 236. Perfect level to bounce from. Very volatile. This is not common. You don't typically go from the golden ratio to 236 typically, but when you do find support of the 236, you typically do go right to your 786, if not to your 886. Something at about 0.009 to about 1 cent. 1 cent or 90% of 1 cent, that's Telcoin's next target. In my opinion, that would be the next technical target, and that should give you something of a 2.4 to a 2.9x, if not more. I mean, there is a scenario where Telcoin just goes buck wild here, and it does one of these, where we go all the way up to 2 cents or 4 cents, somewhere in that area. And ultimately, I think that's where we're going. But just initially, maybe by the end of January or early February, we should be up at this like 1 cent area. That's my thoughts. As time goes on, as the cycle continues, I very much do believe that Telcoin will see new all-time highs. I'm a very big believer in Telcoin. Again, we don't talk about it enough. There's very few projects that I have like this level of conviction for in the space. I have a very high level of conviction for Telcoin, you guys. Like, I would say it rivals my conviction for Onyx Coin. I have more conviction for Telcoin than I do for Cookie DAO. And I love Cookie DAO. I have a lot of conviction for Cookie DAO. I have more conviction for Telcoin than for a lot of different coins that we talk about. Like really, Onyx Coin, Bitcoin Cash, KTA might be the only coins that are comparable as far as my levels of conviction for Telcoin. Bitcoin Cash I have the most conviction for, then probably Onyx Coin, and then KTA and Telcoin might be tied up. And man, that's saying something. That's definitely saying something. There's a lot of potential here from a high to a low. My expectation is that we will see something around $1 by the end of this cycle. Here you are, worth 37% of 1 penny. The potential here is tremendous, to say the least. Even at a minimum of 21 cents from here at $0.0037, that's immense potential. That's nearly a 100x. It's maybe like a 60x. Let's see, actually. Yeah, it's like almost a 60x, but still, phenomenal. I don't really have anything else I want to say. I just wanted to get on here and say that I think it's a great time to buy some Telcoin. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this range is soon to break, and when it does break, you should be moving up to these higher targets around your all-time highs pretty soon. And then at that point, there's still tremendous growth from 5 cents to 2.5 cents. There's still tremendous growth potential to go up to $1, but it's just that much more opportunistic here at these levels. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If anybody has $25, I would say Telcoin. Take a swing on Telcoin, man. If you've got some scraps that you're looking to put in, maybe it's not $25, maybe it's $2,500, whatever scraps are to you. Everybody thinks that they need a lot of money to make a difference, but $25, man, on a 100x, right? That's $2,500. From $25, that's nice. Go on vacation. You spent lunch on a vacation. You know what I mean? Like it can turn into a lot of money. There's nothing wrong. And a lot of people, I actually want to look at you guys in the eyes here with the curtains, the blinds, blinding light here on my face. I want to tell you that a lot of us make this mistake of thinking, oh, well, it's just $80 left in the account. It can't go anywhere. I'll just save it, or worse, I'll spend it on something silly because it's Christmas. Why not do that? Whatever. And do your thing. Live your life. Do your thing, whatever it is. But a small amount of money, if you have scraps right now and it's not invested in the markets, that small amount of money can turn into money that's not so small. That matters. That can help you later down the line. $25 could turn into $2,500 at the right point. Or maybe it doesn't go. Maybe it doesn't do a 100x. Maybe it does a 50x. Boo hoo. Now you've got, instead of $2,500, what would that be? $1,250 from $25. Let's say it does a quarter of $2,500. Now you've got, that would be $675. I'm pretty sure if I did my math right. I think I did. From $25, $675, right? That's a better part of rent for most people. Anyways, just food for thought there. If you have scraps, I know it's that time of year where we're pinching pennies, but I think if you're pinching pennies and you're keeping them in your bank account, why not move them over to a great project like Telcoin? Because a little bit of money can turn into a lot of money. Let alone if you actually do put a lot of money in here, man. A lot of money can turn into a lot more money, but we'll see. Time will tell. Do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Have your own conviction. You need to do your research. You need to be aware of what this coin does and what it has going for it. That way, in the hard times, you don't panic sell. You're like, okay, whatever. I'm still aware of the fundamentals. I'm still aware of what's going on. I have faith in the project. You can't have that. You can't have what's called conviction without having knowledge. Do your research, please. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.